This is Sifu Slim, and if you don't know what Sifu means, it's father, teacher, master in Cantonese. It would be Shifu in Mandarin. And I jokingly tell people that I'm Jack LaLanne mixed with Bruce Lee, trapped inside the body of Gilligan. But I'm a pumped up version of Gilligan. So I was just out at a nice park here in Jupiter, Florida, and I've got my Bruce Koepka, no, was it Koepka? No, it was the other guy who played with all the same length clubs. Top pro, top 10 guy.
Bryson DeChambeau?
Bryson DeChambeau, French name, yeah, I speak French. So he played with the same length, I think from 6 iron or 7 iron down?
5 iron.
5 iron down,
yeah.
All the same length.
Yeah, all the same length.
So I don't know who invented that, but you're looking at a guy.
Bobby Jones.
Oh, Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones.
So he predates me, but what I did about 20 years ago is I said, I want all of my clubs from 8 iron down to be the same length, because I stand very upright, and I grew up in an era where we did that reverse C, and I was trying to get out of that, so I want to stay upright. And even my putter, what I did is I stuck a 4 wood length shaft on my putter. So that's what I did starting 20 years ago, which is the year 2000. So I'm going to bring in a pro golfer and tell everybody who you are and what your background is in golf.
Hi, my name is Jim Hilstead, and a pro of 23 years. I went to Arizona State University, played a little Asian tour, Canadian tour, and now we do golf from Central Florida all the way down to South Florida. And I just so happened to meet Sifu in the parking lot, actually, of Carlin Park, and like to contribute a little bit, to his show.
But we did play tennis the other day in a group lesson.
We did play tennis on Saturday morning, and that's where I met him before, and he mistakenly mistaked me for the for the tennis instructor, but yeah, I'm the golf instructor. So it was kind of a strange meeting, but a cool meeting. So now I met a good friend, and we'll kind of go from there.
So back in the day, there were a lot of lefties that they're teaching pros, and because of the availability of clubs, like back in the 1930s, 40s, etc., that they taught them to play righty. And so my dad, when he was teaching me to play tennis, he said, "Hey, the backhand is just like hitting a golf shot." But he forgot that he's a lefty and I'm a right, and so I had to figure out in ping pong how to hit a backhand. So,
well, ironically enough, Sifu, I am left-handed. Hence the watch on the right hand.
And you play righty?
And I play golf right-handed. And I play tennis right-handed. But everything else is done with my left hand. So...
How about your boxing stance?
I think the boxing stance is right-handed.
So you just put your right hand forward.
Yeah, the right hand forward.
That's the lefty stance.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Southpaw stance.
That shows how much I know about boxing.
But Bruce Lee said to take your dominant hand in Jeet Kune Do with the kind of like a ballet stance right here, put your front hand forward so that you've got that, oh no, sorry, correction, put your stronger hand. So he was a righty and I'm a righty, so I would be like this in Jeet Kune Do. So I can grab and then hit, or I can block and then hit. So his is like a 2-punch thing, whereas Muhammad Ali would be jab, 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 and then right cross.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, the ambidextrous golfer. Matter of fact, I had a student the other day that claimed he was right-handed, but we started off on the putting green, and he actually grabbed the club like a left-handed club, except for it was left hand low, left-handed. It was the weirdest grip I'd ever seen in my life, but it worked for him, and he felt like he had more touch with his left hand, and it worked for him. So I mean, different strokes for different folks. I mean,
Mickelson was born in '64.
Mickelson was born in 1966. Mickelson was born in 1970.
1970.
Yeah, I'm 2 years older than Phil.
Okay, 68, so I'm 1962. So the tricky part for me, and it's what happens when you're young, is very much stays with you the rest of your life. Like the John McEnroe tennis, which is what I learned, I'm now unlearning that in the era of Federer and all these great pros who really hit these beautiful swings, and they don't just go low to high like a McEnroe. So I'm unlearning that. And in golf, the tricky part was, maybe you can help me, Coach, is started with clubs that were always too short for me because they didn't know how to measure us in clubs in the 1960s when I was learning. And so I'd be here, and to get down to the ball, I'd have to do the reverse C. Even before Tom Watson I learned about, the only way I could get the ball with these short clubs was to do that. And so now, being upright, I'm having to not do that. And one of the ways I do it is by keeping my feet together and hitting a lot of shots so I can get the hips through without the hip slide. Any suggestions from you?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think that's a great point, to hit balls with your feet close together, and hit balls sometimes with with barefooted, where you can actually, you feel the ground and you feel your feet. I was never a big fan of golf shoes per se. You know, they always hurt my feet. I always preferred the tennis shoes. And you know, I've gone out and shot. You know, I think I shot 65 at Tequesta Country Club. Sorry, guys, I know I wore my flip-flops that day, but it was a lot of fun, to say the least.
And you got some looks, I'm sure.
Yeah. People are like, gosh, dang it, you know. I mean, this is a little embarrassing to get beat so badly with you know, a guy in flip-flops, but yeah, I mean, there's many different ways to play this game, and as you can see out on the tour, there's a lot of different varieties and a lot of different styles and chipping styles, but you know, everything is the same, from, you know, this far behind the ball and this far in front of the ball. They're all the same in that aspect, and that goes for tennis as well. And
fitness is a big thing nowadays, but the godfather of American fitness in the TV and radio era is Jack LaLanne. In golf, it's a guy with a similar build to Jack LaLanne from South Africa.
Gary Player.
Gary Player.
Yeah.
He would finish his rounds, and then he'd go into the hotel workout room, and if it was after dinner, he'd wait a little bit and then ask the night receptionist to open up the gym at 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and he'd go in there and he'd put a big disc, like a 25-pound disc, on his abs, and he's a petite guy, 5'6" maybe? 5'6" and a half.
Yeah, he's
140.
A small guy, you know, but very, very impressive in stature in regards to flexibility, and that's a big thing, Sifu, in golf. You know, is these players these days are all about nutrition and fitness, and that's I think that's right up your alley. You know, guys are healthier. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, they're healthier specimens, and it shows in the scores, and they're dominating these golf courses. These 7,500-yard golf courses are making them look like nothing. So we need to do something, PGA Tour, about like maybe growing the rough a little longer and narrowing the fairways to, you know.
Well, they did that at Merion, PA, where I happened to work at the U.S. Open in 1980 or 81. I can't remember right now. I think it was 1980 U.S. Open. They let the roughs go along on this short course, and it was very challenging. I think only one person that year broke par. Another, David Graham. Is he from South Africa?
He is from South Africa.
I saw him hit a 4-iron, 205 yards on the last par 3, about 4 feet. And I said, this is impressive golf.
Yeah.
I mean, he was probably 36 at the time, not a young guy for that era.
You know.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. You know, a lot of people think it's really boring, driver wedge. But, you know, it's a lot of fun to, you know, have wedge in your hand on every shot and getting it in there.
Big John Daly.
Big John Daly.
Hits a wedge from where I hit a long ball for a 170-pound guy. Big John Daly hit, when I hit a 8-iron, he's hitting a pitching wedge.
Yeah.
But his flow.
Different specimen, you know, a big guy, very good touch.
Very powerful, a lot of torque, and a beautiful swing. I mean, how do you beat his swing?
Great golf swing. You know, he's that's what everyone wanted to see. You know, the drive for show, putt for dough, and
he's got it all.
He's got it all.
Chipping touch.
Very, very good touch for a big man. So.
And in high school, he was the place kicker, and he had the knack there. I mean, just a natural athlete.
Yeah, just a natural athlete.
You got to run?
It's great. I do have to run.
All right.
It was a pleasure.
We'll do the Corona Bash Brothers Bash.
I like it.
And we're going to get a lesson. And do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's actually HilsteadGym@yahoo.com. And I have a phone number. It's 480-430-8740. And you can contact me anytime for a lesson or just some tips of the day.
Where do you hang out?
We do a lot of work at the Dive Preserve, and we're also down in North Palm at North Palm Beach Country Club.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it, folks. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll catch you the next time. All the best in health, happiness, and wellness. Sifu Slim, SifuSlim.com. Aloha.
Thanks, Sifu.